Hello, everybody. Welcome to part three of Diva like Edwina's overview of ADD, ADHD, and this is part of my Inner Diva segment. In part two, I left off where we're going to discuss medications, types of medications that are available. I discussed what causes ADHD and why we shouldn't feel bad about that. And now we're going to talk about meds. Okay, there are a few medications that are available for the treatment of ADHD, and these medications that I'm about to name are FDA approved medications, and they are as follows. There is Dexedrine, Adderall, Concerta, Metadate, and Ritalin. That's the hot button med right there. Focalin XR, Strattera, and there are amphetamines. And there are some words here. I'm going to do my best with here. Dexmethylphenidate, methylphenidate are stimulants. And then there are some drugs that are not indicated for treating ADD, but have been found helpful to individuals that suffer. And those medications are as follows: that bupropion, and that is Wellbutrin XL. Some tricyclic antidepressants have been helpful for sufferers of ADD, ADHD. Tenet, Catapress, and Provigil. And at one time I was on Provigil. Actually, I was being treated, had been misdiagnosed as having delayed uh, delayed sleep phase syndrome, and Provigil was part of my treatment. And I have to say that the Provigil did work quite well for me, and I wanted to be put back on that again because that was quite helpful for me. But like I said, at this time, I am currently not on any medication for the ADD, ADHD. So I'll find out at some point what I'm going to be prescribed. I mean, I'm going to request the Provigil, but I guess at the end of the day, that will rest in the purview of the doctor. Okay, and then it has a breakdown of what these medications do with the stimulants. And the stimulants are, again, Ritalin, Adderall, Dexedrine, Focalin, and then they have extended release, Concerta, Metadate, and Provigil. Okay, so what the stimulants do is increase attention, decrease hyperactivity, and decrease impulsivity by stimulating the frontal lobes of the brain. The most notable side effects of stimulants are decreased appetite, stomach aches, and headaches. These are mostly temporary and will just decrease in time. And I did have, with the Provigil, I did have issues with headaches, but the headaches did subside. Um, Now, they do have extended release stimulants, and those usually last for 8 to 12 hours. So you could take your medicines before you could take one when you leave in the morning, and then take another one when you get home, or however you want to space it out with the extended release. Um, And then with the Provigil, it says it's a long-acting stimulant used to help people with sleep disorders stay awake. And so again, um, I had been diagnosed with a sleep disorder, misdiagnosed with a sleep disorder, and was given Provigil. And that was actually, when I was taking it, I felt wonderful. I was alert. I had stamina throughout the day. I could actually get through the day. I didn't have to take naps, and it didn't turn into a whole thing for me. I did quite well, even though I didn't know what I know now. So, like I said, I'll be able to get back on that again, and just continue with the Provigil, and whatever else the doctor thinks I should have, I'll try, and see what happens from there. So, so that's basically what the stimulants do. Stimulants are normally classified as a Schedule 2 drug. So there is a chance for uh, dependence or addiction with that. And then also, because it's a Schedule 2, some individuals that aren't being treated for these disorders, they like to take these because it does decrease the appetite, and that results in weight loss. So some on the outside go, oh yeah, I want to get some of that and get this weight off. And sometimes people can get dependent and hooked on them. So um, my advice is, if you're not being treated for ADD, ADHD, or any of the other disorders or diseases this is intended to treat, leave it alone. Okay, don't even go there. Losing the 5 pounds or whatever is not worth it if you get messed up and you get hooked on it, or whatever. So leave it alone. And at the same token, even if you're being treated, if you feel like you're getting a little bit too involved, a little hook going on, then you need to talk to your doctor and get reevaluated, and take care of that ASAP, because you don't want a situation where you are drug dependent. I'm just checking my time. Okay, so there is another medication called Strattera, and that came out in 2002. And this is a non-stimulant medication for the treatment of ADD and ADHD, and it's for everybody, children, teenagers, and adults. And what Strattera does is it helps improve focus, and and reducing those impulses, urges, and all of that, and hyperactivity. And the Strattera, you take one. That's all you need to take for 24 hours. So that's good. At least you're not popping, having to pop pills throughout the day. Um, and it's not a stimulant. So according to what I know about Strattera, it's according to the FDA, and according to the makers of this medication, it is supposedly non-addictive. So it's supposed to be safe for anyone to take. If somebody has issues with anxiety, besides the ADD, ADHD, they should be able to take it without too much of an issue. It's not considered a Schedule 2 because it doesn't have the stimulant in it. Now with Strattera, you will not get the full effect of that particular medication for about 4 to 6 weeks. So it takes a while to get into your system, and once it gets in there and gets to working, then the person that is prescribed that should see some positive results. The antidepressant, Wellbutrin is considered an antidepressant, and it is not FDA approved for ADD, but it is used in the treatment. And then they have tricyclic antidepressants such as tofranil and Pamelar, and those may also are medications that may be prescribed for ADD, ADHD, and again, those two medications are not FDA approved. So there are other medications that may be prescribed, such as what was I going to say? Mood stabilizers for mood swings and anger issues. So that you may or a sufferer may be prescribed that. So like I said, I don't know at the end of this what I'm actually going to wind up on. So, and then another thing, just with the medication, since we ADHDs and ADDs tend to be forgetful, we have to keep in mind that the medications will only work if we remember to take them. Okay? So we have to figure out a way to do that. Get a pill counter box, keep it by the bed, keep it in the medicine cabinet, give it to a husband or wife, to hold on to make sure you get your whatever in the morning or evening or whatever system will work for you. That would be the key to getting a measure of relief. And I just want to say this too, that although there are medications available and the medications are helpful, the medications at best treat symptoms and they take the edge off. They are not a cure. So there are other parts, to the ADHD, ADD puzzle that us ADDs, ADHDs have to look at, and also our family and our loved ones have to be cognizant of as well. And let me check my time again. Okay, I got 1 minute and 47, 46, 45 seconds left. So I'm going to stop this part here. And we're going to talk briefly about clutter, self-esteem, managing time, and that. Try to do that in 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to come back with part 4. This is, I might wind up doing some kind of a documentary, so maybe somebody will call me. Just a documentary or something. All right, so I will be back with part 4 of ADD, ADHD overview on Diva like Edwina.